Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, fellow insomniacs. This is episode 93 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. Good morning. I'm sitting out on my porch this morning, just listening to the birds, listening to the rain. It's actually really nice to hear the sound of rain. Gotta tell you, we have not had rain in months. It's been a really long time. And I know all the places that are at fire risk, are fire risks or have had fires. I'm sure they're more than grateful for the rain. Like Luke Bryan says, rain is a good thing. That was not good. That was really off. That was bad. Sorry. Should not have subjected you to that. Rain makes corn. Corn makes whiskey. Whiskey makes my baby feel a little frisky. Okay, sorry, had to get that out. I just had to get that off my chest. Okay, moving on. What's keeping me up? I got to tell you, this Russell Brand thing, it's really weighing on me. It's really keeping me up. The whole premise, the whole principle of it ticks me off. I'm not going to score a lot of points with my point of view on this, but I mean, I don't score a lot of points anyway, right? And so what the hell? We'll just keep saying what I want to say. All right. I'm really over accusations equaling facts. Accusations equaling facts. That's becoming a trend. And it's frightening. It's a very scary trend. You cannot go around accusing someone of doing something and then act as if that thing is a fact and that person has gone to trial and has had evidence against them and they've been proven guilty. That did not happen. That has not been happening. Instead, people are going around pointing fingers with zero evidence, with absolutely zero evidence or facts or anything to back up their claim, and then ruining someone's life, someone's reputation, someone's income, because you have decided that you're going to accuse somebody of something. Now, hey, if that person actually did what you are accusing them of, if they actually committed the crime or the act that you are accusing them of, that is one thing, but you still need to provide evidence of that. You still need to be able to provide evidence. And unfortunately, even if a person actually commits a crime, but there is zero evidence whatsoever, that sucks. That is, unfortunately, that happens. And that really, really sucks. But we cannot start making people pay consequences and be accountable for things that there is no evidence of them doing. But the reverse is true. I'm seeing that there is a stack of evidence against the Biden, Clinton, and Obama administration, a pile of facts and evidence against shady, corrupt government, and yet nothing has been done. Absolutely nothing. There's zero accountability, zero consequences. Russell Brand, however, is out here admitting, he's admitted forever, he's always admitted that he was an addict, a sex addict, a drug addict, has never made any bones about it. He has admitted it. And then the man admits it, holds himself accountable, goes out and tries to do some good. He has YouTube videos and he has a podcast, and, he's on social media trying to get information out, trying to get facts out, trying to find common ground. Russell Brand is trying to get people together to find common ground and try to listen to all sides, see everything from different perspectives. The man is trying to not be a one-sided person. And he's also trying to get facts out and trying to deter people from believing and following the sheep without any facts. And then what happens to him? People try to tear him down. Why? Because he's spreading truth. And right now, apparently, truth is not welcome. Truth is now the Antichrist. Apparently you can't handle the truth. Apparently we fucking can. Apparently Jack Nicholson was right. Apparently the government thinks that we can't handle the truth, or they actually know we can handle the truth, but of course they know that we'll just do something about it. Although I guess that's not true either, because we all do know the truth and nothing's being done, because what do? Do we start a war? Do we need to start a civil war? Do we need to rush the Capitol? Do we need to protest? Do we need to sing Kumbaya? What do we need to do? Right now, we're not doing anything because I think everyone's scared shitless of the consequences. But at the same time, we are scared shitless of not doing anything. But sometimes we have to take one for the team. Fuck, I'll go to war. Sign me the fuck up. I'll protect this country and our rights. There's a lot of assholes in this country that I don't care for. There are a lot of people in this country that I am like, wow, you could have had a V8. But I don't want them dead. I still feel that they deserve the freedoms and the rights that come with living in America. And I want to fight for those rights. But what do? Russell Brand is giving information, giving his point of view, communicating, talking, and people tear him down for that. But the Obamas, the Clintons, and the Bidens can tootle around untouchable, doing whatever the fuck they want to do. It's not just Democrats, it's Republicans too. Government is government. They're all shady motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm sure there's a handful that are like, guys, come on. Come on, guys. Let's do the right thing. For the people. We the people. For the people. They employ us. Let's do the right thing. I'm sure there's probably, I'm going to be really, really, really generous and say 5% of the government wants to actually help the people and tries, but just gets overwhelmingly outvoted. I feel bad for Russell Brand, and I do not think that social media, it's supposed to be, censorship is un-American. Censorship is un-fucking American. Censorship is un-American. And I'm getting really fucking tired of TikTok and, well, until recently when before Elon took over, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, deciding what's best for us as grown-ass tax-paying fucking adults. You're going to give us a rated R. Just tell us, hey, this content is like rated R for language. They do put like little warnings on there if something is explicit or whatever. But they act like they're our parents and they can dictate what we think and what we see, and we get to decide for ourselves. We get to watch things and hear things and read things and listen to things and decide if what someone is saying is something that we believe in or not. Now, I hope to God that people do their research and don't just take one side of the story. I listen to Democratic point of views because that's how you form opinions. I say this over and over again. You can't form an opinion if you're not listening to all sides. You have to listen to all points of view to be able to form an opinion. And there are things I'm liberal about. I believe in I am pro-choice, but with limits, with very, very strict limits. I don't think that you should use abortion as a, day after pill. I don't think you should use it as a form of birth control. I think that you should do everything you can to make it work. And I definitely do not believe in abortion after 3 months. I think after 3 months, then no. So there definitely needs to be limits. I'm not an environmentalist per se because I don't believe in this whole global warming stuff. Like I've always said, the earth has always heated up, cooled down, heated up, cooled down, heated up, cooled down. That's just its process. That's what it does. But I'm a big tree hugging hippie. I do like using homeopathic remedies far more than I want to use pharmaceuticals. I don't know if that makes me a liberal or not. I don't know. I freaking love trees, and I know that obviously Republicans love nature and stuff too, but I mean, I'm a big old sick and tired of everything getting cut down and all of that. But at any rate, censorship is un-American. We have the right to be able to form opinions, to get information, to gather information, and it is in our right to be able to know what the hell is going on in our country. The news used to be just that, the news. They would get on, the journalists would get on, and they would tell us facts. They would tell us the facts of what is going on in our city, our state, our country, and around the world. And they would gather those facts by going out and doing a journalist job, which is to interview, to gather information. I don't know if you're aware of this, new journalists out there. I'm not going to call you a journalist, actually. You're just a human robot spouting off things on a teleprompter that you did not research on your own. And your research, quote, quote, air quotes, is probably talking to one person that happens to have your exact point of view. That is not research, and that is not journalism. It used to be you would listen to the news so that you knew what was going on. The news anchor's point of view and opinion was irrelevant. No one gave a shit about the opinion of the news anchor. What we wanted was information. We didn't want someone sitting up there telling us what to believe and what to think and only giving us one side of the story. We didn't want someone sitting up there giving us one point of view from one person. People used to die being a journalist because they would go out to places and interview in places that weren't necessarily going to be welcoming or safe. I don't know. Also, you don't get to say that you were raped and attacked by a person and then call yourself a victim before there is due process, because that person is not a victim until we know if the other person that is accused has actually committed the crime or not. We don't know if this person was actually raped or not because we don't have the evidence backing that up yet. Therefore, that person is not a victim. That person becomes a victim when it is proven that they have been raped. Now, again, this is where it sucks. Sometimes someone is raped and there can't be proof because people wait too long to go to the police, or there isn't any evidence because maybe they find semen, maybe they get samples and they find semen and maybe they see bruises, but the guy can just say, well, she consented and it was, hot, passionate sex and, we did some bondage or whatever. So there's not, unfortunately, a whole lot of evidence with rape. And obviously a woman or man can be raped and it could actually happen. It could be true and they have no evidence. And that sucks really bad. And it is extraordinarily unfair because obviously I do sympathize very, very much for numerous reasons, my own personal reasons. I sympathize with victims, man or woman, of sexual crimes. They're not okay. The person that was the attacker should most definitely have consequences. But what I am saying is you cannot point fingers and start acting as if Russell Brand, for example, or Kevin Spacey did something and start canceling them. This happened to Kevin Spacey too. When House of Cards came out, all of a sudden some dude from college 30 years prior, 30 freaking years ago, was like, oh, by the way, he touched me inappropriately. He touched me inappropriately. Okay, so why would you wait 30 years? Because back then, Kevin Spacey was not an actor. He was not famous. And then you wait and wait and wait and wait until he's been famous for quite a while. But then you wait until he's like at the top of his game and decide, you know what? I could use some money. I could use my 20 seconds of fame. So then, boom, you accuse someone. Now, there's never, ever going to be proof. It's a he said, she said kind of thing. Or in this case, he. There is no evidence. You have no evidence. It is very much hearsay. You cannot prove that happened. But what happened to Kevin Spacey? His freaking show got canceled. No, the show didn't get canceled. He got canceled. He got drugged through the media shit show. His reputation went down the hill and he lost his job. He lost his source of income to pay his bills, to put a roof over his family's head because of an accusation from a dude 30 fucking years ago. And also women and men, by the way, I'm sorry. This is again going to piss off a lot of people and hit a nerve. But if you are raped or assaulted in some way, go to the police immediately. Here's why. You don't wait for 30 years because why were you, if you were scared 30 years ago, what changed? What changed to make you suddenly not scared? Now, I understand that if you're a minor and something happens to you, you're probably going to be scared shitless. Maybe you were threatened and you did not want to go to the police because you were threatened and you were scared. I understand that. Or maybe not even just being a minor. If you are an adult and you are threatened that if you go to the police, something is going to happen. I understand that you're super scared. I get that. But unfortunately, you do need to report it immediately to the police. You have to, because then they can do samples. They can collect evidence. Plus, if there's a rapist out there, he or she could potentially go out and rape someone else. They could have another victim. There can be someone else that they attack. And you're allowing that because you're not saying anything. I'm not saying it's your fault that he or she does that. I'm not saying that's your fault, but you do play a role. You play a role in it because that person is now out on the streets and no one is the wiser. Why wait? Again, I understand if you're a child and you're scared, but then you wait 30 years, you're well into adulthood by then. And then you're like, well, I don't think anyone's going to believe you. Okay, but what makes it change 30 years ago? There's not going to be evidence now. There's no way of proving it now. I don't know. I'm just over this whole I want to be a victim crap. After Amber Heard and all of her shenanigans, I feel like I've said this for a long time, by the way. I've said this for years. I do not agree with men or women accusing a man or a woman of rape and sexual assault and dragging them through the mud just so that they get to play victim. If it's not true, it's not true. You don't get to, and as a woman, because this happens, as a woman, almost always The man is going to pay the consequences, even if you're a lying sack of crap. If you're a woman and you accuse a man of doing something like like rape, almost always the man gets in trouble because they are men and you are women and you know how to work it. I'm sorry, but that happens. Now, again, to the true victims of that, my heart goes out, and that's terrible. And your attacker should be punished. But I'm just tired of accusations equaling facts. And facts suddenly not meaning shit anymore. My cat is coming to join the conversation. Come on, Harlow. Harlow Grace. My cat's coming to say hello, put in her 2 cents. What do you think, Harlow? When you think about all the shenanigans that are going on in the world today, do you have thoughts? All right. So I just had that on my mind, and I'm sitting on my porch listening to the rain because I miss that sound. Y'all want to hear? My wind chimes. There's some birds in the background. I don't know what all you can hear on this, but I miss the sound and the smell of the rain. We need it. I don't know, guys. It's it has been scary for a while. I'm fearful. I'm very fearful for this country. I'm fearful for our world as a whole. I'm tired of people that care about this country and care about what this country stands for being kicked and put down. It is exactly like Oliver Anthony says. It's exactly like the song talks about. It's true. All of those things I feel deeply. Help me make sense of it. You know, it's going to take war. Unfortunately, I feel it's going to take war, a civil war. And those same people that say they don't believe in guns, what are you going to fight with? Because remember, you don't believe in guns. So should we disarm our military as well? Oh, there's a big old truck. Should we disarm our military? Maybe give them all paint guns or paintball guns or something, BB guns. And also, what in the fuck does the New York mayor, what in the actual fuck does the mayor of New York think that he's doing? You want to bitch and moan and complain and put a wall around New York. You want to put a wall around New York? You want to put a goddamn fucking wall around New York, but you don't want to put a wall at the border? That's what started this mess. You said you were a sanctuary state. Do you not know what that means? Do you not know what that entails? Do you not know what your duties are as a sanctuary state that you and your freaking citizens decided upon? California and New York. And now you are crying and boo-hooing? Are you fucking kidding me? No, no, no. Just no all over the place 100,000 times. Fuck off. It's insanity that these people can complain about a damn thing, about crime, about not having enough room. No. You sit there and you live in your filth and you live in the bed that you made. You made this bed, now lie in it. Get comfortable. Get all cozy because you did this to yourself. No accountability, no consequences anymore. Actions don't speak louder. I mean, actions should speak louder than words. And accusations should not equal facts. And facts are greater than feelings, like Ben Shapiro says. It's true. And if you make your damn bed, you better lie in it and get comfy in it. And if you accuse someone of something, you should probably have some evidence to back it up. And not decide to wake up one morning and want to ruin someone's fucking life for your own satisfaction, for your own, for your own gain. That makes you an absolute shit human. So I came outside to cool off. Came outside to try and find some hope, some happiness. And I am focusing on the fact that I am extraordinarily fortunate and I am not complaining about much. I personally am fortunate in many ways. So, but I live in a country that I firmly, firmly believe in. And I am seeing it just crumble. And it genuinely makes me cry. I have the American flag flying from my porch, and I'm looking at it right now, although I need to take it in because it's very rainy. And she makes me proud. She makes me happy. She makes me say, God, I'm so fucking thankful to live in this country. But I'm scared. I'm scared that she is not going to make it out alive. And honestly, it makes me want to cry. Our country is so amazing. And I look at our flag and I look at all it's gone through, all it survived, what has happened to make that flag what it is and symbolize. And then people want to swap it out for the transgender flag. By the way, we don't need a transgender flag. We don't need a separate flag for any fucking buddy. You know why? Because the United States of America, the American flag, the stars and stripes, the red, white, and blue, already represents diversity. That's its entire meaning. It's diversity. It's give me your tired and poor. It is black, red, white, every race, every religion, every political background, man or woman. It doesn't matter who you are or where your beliefs lie. The American flag stands for each and every person, each and every background. It is not prejudiced. The American flag is not prejudiced. It stands for the complete opposite of that. What the hell is wrong with people? If you don't like our country, I'm going to say it for the 29th time. Get the fuck out. Turn around, pack up a suitcase, and get the fuck out. I wish that all of goddamn California and all of New York and all of these blue states would pack their shit like they said they would, like they promised, like they cried about, like they threw temper tantrums about, pack up their crap and go live in the Middle East. Go live in Egypt. See how that goes. And then talk about like killing people and be gay and go around talking about wanting separate bathrooms and talk about how there's all these different genders and how you're going to mutilate kids and talk about your religion and absolutely talk about how you want to kill their leader. You should totally do that too and see how far that gets you. Try it out. Go complain about your shit in like third world countries. Go shit in a hole somewhere. I went to Nepal. I got the amazing amazing experience of going to Nepal and going to the Himalayas. And you know what? I pooped and peed in holes in the ground. And that was okay with me. But I'd like to see half the population of California doing that. Can you imagine? No. I'm not trying to lump everybody from California because I know that there are a lot of people in California that left because they were also sick and tired of how their state has been ran. I get that I can't generalize and say every person from California or every person from a Democratic state is a piece of garbage. They're not. I know that. And I apologize if I sound that way. I take it. I do not think that every Democrat is a piece of shit. I have many friends and family members. Well, I don't have any family members left except my sons and I, and they are not Democrat. But I did have family members. And I have friends that are Democrat and I love them to death. You know what we do? We just talk civilly and like adults about politics, or we talk about the 89,000 other things there are to talk about in the world. So I'm not hating on Democrats. I'm hating on extremists. I'm hating on the extremists. I'm hating on the people that don't love this country, that don't understand that we don't need a freaking transgender flag because we already have the American flag. And the American flag is the most amazing, diverse flag out of all the flags. We stand for diversity and freedom. We stand for our people until recently. And it breaks my heart and I want it back. I want our freaking country back. And I want people to know that facts are different than accusations. And I want people to stop accusing others of doing things just because they want fame and fortune. Okay, I'm tapping my third eye 21 times. I am finding my inner peace. I'm outside. I'm listening to the birds. I'm taking a breath. Okay, and end soapbox rant. Here's a good thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, you, and you for listening. Honest to gravy, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate every stinking person that tunes in and listens to me, especially when I'm just ranting on and on. I mean, I did say the ramblings of an insomniac, so we know I'm going to be rambling, but man, God bless you for freaking listening to me. Do it. You rock my socks. I appreciate it. And I hope you continue to listen. I really do. I hope you keep listening. And until next time, thank you for listening to the ramblings of an insomniac. Have a fabulous amazeballs day.